Hello and welcome to Geekatplay Studio tutorial. In this tutorial we'll look more on ecosystem layers and how they can interact between each other. Let's begin by creating our test platform. This will be just a cube with stretching on the sides. Okay, now we'll go to little bit decrease. Put it above, take our camera, and we'll just move camera so we can preview the platform, what will happen there. Okay, right now let's go work on material in our cube. So we'll open material editor. If you're in a basic screen, click on advanced material editor. So we'll switch to advanced editor. And one thing what we want to do, it's add ecosystem. So to do this, you just go right here and check button ecosystem. This is will add one layer. Let's click one again, add one more, and one more again. So we need 3 layers. Now let's call this as first, very simple, 1, 2, and 3. Let's call base. Okay, so let's go on a first screen. We'll go ahead and we'll load it object. Let's go click edit object, select, and one what I want to load it, it's called chicken. So let's go on the density, a little bit decrease, and click populate. We have had quite a bit of our white chickens. I'll actually create even less. Okay, and maybe even more or less. So right here we have a few of them. Let's go to render on screen. Okay. Okay, let's take our main camera, maybe even higher. You can observe. Okay, now we're going back, and what's happened, this is chickens. Next we'll go on the second layer, and let's add to our chicken, we add chicks. And one thing what's happening with chicks now, if we populating them, you notice they're all over places. Of course we can reduce a little bit density, but again the chicks like to running around but actually stay to the parent, and this is have very interesting options. So if we're going back to main general tab for our second layer, we have it right here, distribution option, and we look on the actually on these options very good in our function editor series of tutorial, but for some people they may be putting to them sleep, they're a little bit more advanced. So but we'll look in this tutorial again and try to bring more practical use for them. So let's say right here we have it in distribution, we have one goal affinity with a layer, and if we increase, let's go all the way to the 100, this will act as a magnet. So it will take layer 1 where it was populating our chickens, and we'll take our yellow chicks and kind of like a magnet will drag them towards. So let's say if we're populating, let's increase our density right now so we can see more. You can see right here we have our first layer chicks, and we had a bunch of little yellow chickens just staying by the parents, or like a magnet going around. And by using on our second layer, by using this affinity with layer, we can say how much force will be applying to bring them together. So let's go decrease slightly. So by reducing force, you can see the distribution going a little bit more around. So they still kind of majority basing around the main layer, but other ones they're distributing some randomly but keeping closer around. So let's say this is chicks, a little bit more brave. Okay, so let's go again, increase a little bit force. I want to bring them closer. Let's go look on the third layer. And what we do in the third layer, we add another object. And let's say this one object will be bugs. Okay, and if we populate with normal, you can see they're going all over places, those bugs. But what's happening with the bugs, they don't like chicks. Well, depends what kind of, but those one particularly don't like. Okay, so now we'll look on the second option, repulsion. This is have it opposite. Let's say it's like a magnet, other ones put them away. So we'll go again to our bugs and we'll increase this. So see what's happening, they're staying away. So we increase a bit density. And if we preview, you can see how they kind of trying to stay away from the chickens, so they don't want to eat. Let's reduce again by applying less force. They will come closer. Maybe too close. But you can notice they're still kind of staying away from those. Notice they only will interact with the layer which under them. So the layer 3 do not interact with layer 1. It's interact only with layer 2. Okay, example, if we're going to create one more layer, we'll just add rocks. Okay, let's populate. Those rocks will populate through all scenery. Okay, so even we're going right here, let's decrease density on this, and we're populating. Okay, so we'll populate this one. You will notice they do not avoid the weather rocks locating on a layer we're just creating. They're avoiding only interacting with a layer which under them. So layer 3 will afraid, it's what we said here, layer 2. But layer 2 will attract to layer 1, not to the base, not to this rock layer. Okay, so they only interact with the layer which under them. Okay, let's look now on another practical use for this. So we'll go delete these layers. Okay, and let's do actually, you know what, let's delete scenery. We'll create terrain. Just stretch a little bit around. Okay, I'll take our camera, position just slightly below so we can preview. Okay, we'll go on the terrain now. We'll create ecosystem. Okay, let's do actually the same. Let's create 3 more ecosystem. And we'll call this one trees. And we'll go to add plants. And we'll go to trees. And you know what? In a northern hemisphere, the fall start coming. It's trees turning yellow, so we'll try to do this. We'll populate a few trees right here. Okay, let's take my camera and move it a little bit below so we can kind of see once you're around the trees area. Okay, so we'll go right here. Next, we go to second layer, and I want to create fall leaves. Okay, so let's add objects to this, and a couple things what I did before. I pre-created some leaves in its alpha map, and I will make them available for free on our site, so you can download it and play as well. So let's add one. Let's add brown leaf. Just add different color. Maybe like red one. And yellow. So here we have a different type of leaves. Okay, again, if we're populating, you will notice they're going all over places. But what I want to do, I want to increase slightly density, just maybe a little bit low on the scale. And I want them interact with the trees. So because leaves fall down and fall down around tree, let's enable our infinity, so it will kind of like magnet going around the trees. So we populate right now. Okay, let's increase. You can notice the leaves, they're falling around the tree. So you can do actually in the summertime when the tree gives it shadow around, you can put more green grass around and yellow on the other side, and we can do this ecosystem. So right now you can see our leaves, they just around here. So let's go maybe change this material so it's look just a little bit better. Okay, let's go to ground, select grass field. Okay, also I want to modify one thing here. Okay, and set maybe 220. Okay, so it's a little bit more natural. We have some leaves on the ground all around trees, and you know what, just to make it different and what we have it before, we go right here and we'll just call something green. So we'll add, let's go object, and normally we can just add any grass if you wanted, flowers maybe. I'm just for the different one add the green leaf. So let's go right here, let's decrease scaling a bit on the density, and I want repulsion, so I'll actually don't go all the way to the 100, so let's set maybe around 67. Same actually here on our fall leaf. I actually want to distribute it a little bit more so they're not will be just exactly under there. So we'll go increase our density. Okay. And here kind of in practical use, you can see how we create very fast scenery with the fall trees and with the leaves just falling around. And also if you want it, we can by working with infinity a little bit decreasing even more, and maybe right here same, decreasing more. You know what, too much scaling. Okay, on this one let's populate. You can see how we can mix them kind of on the edges, more interact with each other better, and provide more realistic look scenery by using ecosystem and using this new, well not new, but using this distribution and interacting between layers of the ecosystem. Okay, so let's do our final rendering. Okay, also let's load it some a little bit more interesting atmosphere. Okay, so here is our final rendering, and we can see how well this is integrating by using interaction between ecosystem layers. Okay, thank you for watching this tutorial from Geekatplay Studio. Please come visit us on the web is www.geekatplay.com.